Welcome to the podcast, Let the Prophet Speak. Today is Hosea chapter 3. That's Hosea Perek Gimel. This is Saul Weiner, the host for your podcast. We just completed the beautiful prophecies of the second portion of chapter 2, where God promised that one day he was going to betroth and marry again his people and the world, restore nature and humanity to the ultimate relationship of love between people and God. Now, as we often find, as the Radak points out, we often find that prophets jump back and forth from words of comfort to words of rebuke. So we kind of flip now to some words of rebuke again. And going on with that same metaphor that we've been using so far, this book in Hosea, the metaphor of the relationship between a husband and his wife when his wife is unfaithful to him, when his wife has extramarital relationships with other men. Now, the image here is the image of a husband and a wife who have love between them, but nonetheless, despite the love that's between them, her outside relationships are relationships for other types of benefit, relationships which she's has for money or for other benefits that she goes out for. But the essential love between the husband and the wife remains. This is the image with which the first two chapters are suffused with, and therefore ultimately that love will restore the relationship and bring the husband and wife back together, despite the difficulties of the hard times and the unfaithfulness that occurred. Today, God says again, Vayomer Adonai Eli. This is the first verse. God said to me, Od, furthermore, or again, Lech go ehav isha, love the woman. Now, there's numerous commentaries on this. Many understand that God is telling him, go find another woman. But I'm not going to explain it that way. I'm going to go with the many commentaries that assume that we're referring to the same woman with whom he had the relationship. God told him, marry her even though she has that unfaithful reputation, even though she may, and have children with her. That's what we had in the first chapter. Now, he had those children, but God says, no, love her, right? You do love her. This is a statement of fact and God giving him advice or a command. Love her. Ahuvas rea, the love that exists between a man and his one who he's a friend with, one who he loves. Umina ofes, even though she is a woman who had and is having other relationships. Ki ahavat Adonai et bnei Yisrael, just like God loves the people of Israel, God loves the nation, despite the fact vehem ponim el Elohim achirim, despite the fact that they turn towards other gods, v'ohavei ashishei anavim, and they love the fruits of the vine, which connotes the things of worldly pleasure, wine. So they enjoy the parties, they enjoy the pleasures. They enjoy the benefits. In her case, whether it's the benefits of whatever it is that she gets from those other relationships. She's going there not for love, but she's going there for the benefits. Of course, that doesn't make it okay, but it means that the fundamental relationship of love remains. And Hosea continues and he says, V'ekreha li b'chamisha asar kasef. When I got her, what did I do? I obtained her, I purchased her, literally is ekreha would mean, but here it means in a Jewish transaction of marriage, the way it works is the future husband gives the wife an object of value. Typically in our tradition it's a ring, but an object of value. And here in this case he says 15 pieces of silver, v'chomer se'orim, and a measurement of barley, v'lesech se'orim, and another measurement of barley. That was the physical monetary value of that transaction, but that was just the monetary value. but that does not represent the fundamental nature of the love that is the basis of the relationship. And therefore, just as often in real marriages, when the love exists, when the solid foundation and the desire of the two parties to come together after an unfaithful event exists, sometimes there needs to be a break. Va'omar Elah, and what I mean is as follows, what we're going to see in verse 3. Va'omar Elah, and I told her, yes, you were unfaithful, but I love you. I still want to have a relationship with you. So I said as follows, Yomim Rabim, many days, Teshvili, live with me. We're still committed to each other. We're committed to building a relationship. But lo tizni, I need to see that during this period of time, this test period, you will not have other relationships. Velo tihi liish, and you will not be with a man. V'gam ani elayach, and I will also be to you, meaning I will also be committed to you. As I said, teshvili, be with me. But I will also be lo tizni, velo tihi for another woman. I will also not have other relationships. And we will also restrict our own physical relationship. We will not sleep with each other like a man with a wife, because we need to take some time to get where we recommit ourselves to each other, and remember that our relationship is a relationship of love. And after a certain time period of both commitment and separation, we will be able to come back to that relationship of love. Ki yamim rabim yeshvu b'nei Yisrael, because God says this time of separation, for many, many days, the people of Israel are also going to be in that period of separation, that period of exile. Ein melech v'ein sar, they will not have a king, they will not have a chief, they will not have ein zevach, they will not have the sacrifices of the temple, v'ein matzeva, they will not have a altar, v'ein ephod utrafim, and they will not have the ephod utrafim, which refers to the items in the temple. The ephod, a reference to the garments that the priestly class wears, that the Kohanim wear in the Beit Hamikdash, and terafim here is a reference to the holy vessels in the Beit Hamikdash. Another understanding of terafim here actually means ein ephod utrafim, meaning there is not terafim is often a reference to items of idol worship, that they will have a period of time. This is a mix in the pasuk. They're not going to have both the holy things, and they will also not have the relationships that they had with avodah zarah, the relationships they had with idol worship, which we just said in the verse before. This time of separation is both a time of commitment to God, and it is also a time where they're both separate, but they also commit to not going to other. In this case, the wife not going to other men, and him not going to other women. The same thing. This pasuk, this verse 4 is also a mix. Both they will not have the trappings of that godly relationship of the temple and so on, and they will also not have the trappings or the existence at all of other relationships to idols, etc. And after this period of time, Yashuvu b'nei Yisrael, the people of Israel will return, uvikshu et Adonai Elohim, and then they will search out their God, Ve'et David Malcolm, and they will once again search out King David, their king, Upachadu el Adonai, and their fear will be to God, Ve'el Tuvo, and there will await His goodness, Bi'acharit Hayamim, at the end of days. This concludes this short chapter of Hosea 3. Thank you so much for studying this together with me today. Looking forward to studying chapter 4 together.